In the year 4260, humanity was knee-deep in the messiest, ugliest war the universe had ever seen. The enemy? Those brutal Drathorians, infamous for their merciless ways and tech that made ours look like sticks and stones. They had one mission: to take over the Milky Way no matter the cost. Humans were hanging by a thread, not just because they needed breathable air in a universe that wasn't playing nice, but also because the other alien races couldn't get their act together. Desperate times called for desperate measures. Humans joined forces with a motley crew of aliens, each with their own baggage and talents. Enter the Tarlusians, the Vextrians, and the Xylorians. Tarlusians were these hulking, reptilian brutes. They could lift just about anything and could take a beating in the harshest environments. The downside? They moved slower than a snail on tranquilizers and couldn't make quick decisions to save their lives. The Vextrians, on the other hand, were tiny, flying brainiacs with top-notch tech skills. But they were as fragile as glass and had egos so big they couldn't fit through a door. Then there were the Xylorians, illusion maestros who could turn the battlefield into a funhouse of holograms. The catch? They were so paranoid they barely trusted their own shadows, let alone their allies. And then there were the humans. Sure, they were weak and needed their fancy breathing gear, but they had one thing going for them: an ironclad will and the knack for bouncing back no matter how bad things got. The war reached its boiling point when the Drathorians went all in, launching a colossal attack on Nixus, humanity's last stand. The air was toxic, making it a living hell for humans without their breathing apparatus. The Ragtag Alliance had to bring their A-game, flaws and all, to stand a chance. The Tarlusians led the charge, their massive frames acting as moving fortresses against Drathorian firepower. Their strength held the line, but their sluggishness made them sitting ducks for side attacks. The Vextrians, with their tech wizardry, built airtight bunkers for humans and unleashed drones that hit the Drathorians where it hurt. Their smarts were invaluable, but their arrogance sparked infighting that nearly tore the alliance apart. The Xylorians, in their paranoia-fueled brilliance, cast illusions that threw the Drathorians into disarray, turning the battlefield into a chaotic maze. Yet their trust issues caused dangerous communication breakdowns with the rest of the team. The humans, though physically outmatched and reliant on their gear, showed their mettle with strategic cunning and daring maneuvers. They coordinated attacks, pinpointed weaknesses in the Drathorian ranks, and kept the spark of hope alive. As the final battle raged, with defeat looming, Captain Alex Mercer, a human with nothing left to lose, led a bold raid into the heart of the Drathorian fleet. Alongside a squad of Tarlusians, Vextrians, and Xylorians, they infiltrated the enemy mothership. The Tarlusians smashed through defenses, the Vextrians hacked critical systems, and the Xylorians spun illusions that left the Drathorians chasing ghosts. Together, this unlikely team hit the mothership's core reactor, triggering a cataclysmic explosion that wiped out the Drathorian fleet. The battle for Nixus was won, not by the prowess of one race, but by the messy, complicated, beautiful teamwork of all. This victory kicked off a new chapter. The Alliance stuck together, learning from their screw-ups and flaws, and built a future where diversity wasn't just accepted, it was celebrated. Humanity, pulled back from the brink, found a new place in a universe where they proved their worth through grit and the ability to unite against all odds.